The vehicle that started the Sportback design. This is a 2023 Audi S5 Sportback in Chronos Gray Metallic. New this year, they actually discontinued this color. So to see it in a 2023, it's a little bit more unique. This is the Premium Plus, and the interior will be the fine Nappa with black leather. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. We're gonna go over all the details from the exterior, inside the vehicle, and take it for a drive. Up front, we get the black optic package, which includes the blacked out grille, the blacked out badges, the lower trim, upgraded 20-inch 5 twin spoke polygon design wheels, bicolor finish with the summer tires, the fender elements and badges, black exterior trim and mirror housing with the black exhaust tips, and matrix design LED headlamps and daytime runnings, which is the best in the market because very sophisticated look, especially pairing it with the black optic package. Weight distribution at 57.3, 43.3. S Sport tuned suspension, a 5-link front and a 5-link rear, 6-piston Brembo brakes is set, black brake calipers with the S badging, carbon fiber on the side view mirror. The Sportback design is something that all of the auto industry is going into. Even the new Honda Accord has decided to take the slope design because it's something that gives that sporty European set, and they back the performance with a 3.0 liter TFSI V6 turbocharge, producing 349 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission or Tiptronic, achieving 21 mpgs for the city, 30 mpgs for the highway. That's going to be good for a 0 to 60 at 4.5 seconds, which is the same as the S3. So if you don't necessarily need the length, meaning a back seat because it's going to be tighter, or the cargo, you can option that and save a few $1,000s. Top speed will be the same at 155 miles per hour. Both of them will have the standard Quattro all-wheel drive, which makes it a little bit more heavy than some of the rivals like Mercedes-Benz and BMW. Sport rear differential, 184.9 inches long, LED tail lamps, and the carbon fiber goes on top of the trunk lid spoiler. So it gives more athletic approach because this is not the RS5 Sportback, which would be 444 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque. The engine is also different. It's a 2.9 liter V6 twin turbo. The lower gets the quad exhaust outlets with the diffuser, the gloss black elements, front and rear parking sensors, and a 360-degree reverse camera. And the best part about a Sportback is it's a hatchback. So you're getting optimal cargo space, power liftgate, going inside 21.8 cubic feet with a privacy cover, LED interior lighting, storage on the side with a bottle holder here, and another little storage net. Underneath, we get a spare tire, split fold the rear bench at a 40-20-40 split that will increase the cargo to the Sportback. It's a 3.0 liter V6. We need to go inside, start it up, so you can hear that exhaust note. Going inside the S5 Sportback, headroom is going to start at 37.8 inches, legroom 41.3 inches. Fine Nappa leather seats, 14-way power seat adjustment, heated, massage, manual cushion extensions, memory for the driver. 10.1 Audi MMI navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio. The premium package adds the Sirius XM with 360 and the Bang & Olufsen sound system with 3D sound. Put it into reverse, 360-degree reverse camera, full trajectory for the front and the rear. Click that icon there, and you can expand different camera angles to get in and out of any position when parking or just driving at a lower speed. Dual climate control settings, carbon fiber interior with the satin aluminum that goes onto the top with a touch of gloss black around the infotainment, and on the driver's side, gauge cluster is a 12.3 digital Audi virtual cockpit that can go through an array of information. You can zoom in and zoom out for the navigation. You can make it bigger or smaller. Leather wrap 3-spoke steering wheel, multi-function. It's heated. The paddle shifters, S badging, the stocks, USB-C and a 12 volt with a little storage in front of the cup holders. The key fob for the S5 Sportback. Carbon fiber comes into play with an area that you can put the key fob here too. Satin aluminum, the gloss black, and the contrast stitching. It's going to be more sporty. Open up into Audi wireless phone box, which is a wireless charger, and it also boosts your signal with a USB-C tucked in the back. The door panels integrate into the dash with the gloss black, satin aluminum, the carbon fiber inlays, soft materials every day up top. It's going to be more sporty for your arms, one touch up and down for all the windows with the contrast stitching, and a large storage pocket with a beverage holder in the front, and a moon roof for the front occupants. For the back seats, headroom at 37 inches, legroom 35.1 inches, storage between the cup holders, third climate control setting, 2 USB-C ports, and a 12 volt with the air vents on top, storage behind both of the front seats. The door panel gets the same materials that are found in the front. Every day, more soft with the carbon fiber. Going to be sporty where you rest your arms, and a smaller storage pocket with the beverage holder in the front. Sitting into the center changes all of that, because headroom is going to be a lot tighter unless I sit like this, because they kind of have an area that's cut out for your head. Leg space, I'm going to be against the back of the front seats in the position I'd be sitting, sharing a bunch of butt and shoulder space and feet space because the rails are pushed back a little bit further than my liking. 349 horsepower, this is what you get. And 6 pistons up front to brake, this is what you get. That wasn't slamming on the brakes. Performance all round with the tuned suspension, rear differential, everything is the way it should be. Except it does need to pump out a little bit more performance numbers. It is one of the least in class comparing to the rivals, whether BMW or Mercedes. If you option a BMW 340i, it's going to have more horsepower. You option the Mercedes C43, the same thing. I like the exhaust note that filters in. But anything 2 and under for RPMs, you're not going to hear anything. Audi just keeps it really quiet. Even with upgraded wheels, it does feel a little bit more bumpy than the standard setup, but you're gonna expect that coming from an A5 to an S5. Going to try to get it as straight as possible and give her a go. It's still fun though. It's definitely a fun vehicle. It's gonna take me to some things I like and dislike. I'm gonna start off with what I dislike about the vehicle, in which it is the least performance in class. I would really like to see Audi start pushing the numbers more towards the 400 when you're in the S5 Sportback. For the RS5, 444 horsepower isn't bad, but it's still the least in class when you're comparing it to an M car and to the C63. And that's a smaller engine. It's half the size of the V8 twin turbo that they did prior if you option the 24 for the Mercedes. The next thing that I dislike about the vehicle is inside they haven't done really any refreshing touches to it. It looks like they just threw the 10.1 MMI on top. The carbon fiber does make it look a lot more performance driven. And the seamless air vents, I mean, even the new Honda redesigns, all of them almost are doing the same thing because they're capturing the moment of that futuristic / European design. But it does need to be cleaned up just a touch, because every vehicle has done some kind of redesign comparing to this. The last thing that I dislike is this is the same 0 to 60 and top speed as the S3. I understand you're getting 44 horsepower more, and this weighs a little bit more, it's a little bit longer, but when you're at a $10,000 to $12,000 difference in price, featured up to featured up, I would like it to go low fours, like 4.1, 4.0. Turn radius at a stop point is going to receive about 2 and a part lane. Let's rock and roll. Now this is going to be a lot more responsive than the S3. 3 things that I like about the vehicle is you can change the dynamics on the fly, and it's pretty quick when you do that. Taking me to the next thing that I like is you can option this as a convertible, but what I dislike about it is you can't do it with the RS5. Taking me to the last thing that I like is when you option the Sportback, you have more cargo capacity, and it's the design that everybody is trying to entertain, because this is the European design that changed the whole market. So you're getting a vehicle that sets out from the crowd. Black optic package is definitely something I would entertain. It's a few grand, but it does more than just fascia components. It also takes care of the back, giving you upgraded wheels, giving you the gloss black elements on the exterior. Just makes it more sporty. You feel like you sit up a little bit higher than most of the competition, whether it's BMW or Mercedes. The ground clearance is right at the same. The A-pillars are a little bit smaller. The windscreen is a little bit larger, and you have a little bit more of an overhang in the front of this than I would say the BMW. When you get into the Mercedes, the only thing that you'll start noticing is when you start going up the tier to say the C63, because the engine is a little bit lighter, it can feel a little bit different in the dynamics because it's not as heavy. You have the Quattro system here, so it does add a little bit of weight, which is something that makes the drive a little bit more pleasing. The weight distribution isn't going to be the best, but in overall package, it does fit the box for performance in an everyday drive, especially considering you have optimal cargo comparing it to any of the rivals. I'd like to thank Audi Tampa for giving us this 2023 Audi S5 Sportback for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the next video and the subscribe button. Check out the merchandise website, Instagram, leave a comment and a like.